Hello, and welcome to Unreal Ghost Stories. These are tales of hauntings so unbelievable that not even your aunt on Facebook will believe them. Today, I thought I'd mix it up with a story about what happens if you build on top of a burial ground, and a story that will make you think twice about killing flies. This first story is called The Coffee Shop Chain Ghost. Let's just call the chain Marmux for the time being. Personally, I'm more of a muffin break guy myself. You may have heard of this ghost before. People like to think they have photos with him, but no one actually knows because it's a ghost, so you can't actually see him. But anyway, let's get on with the story. It all started in a corporate office when the manager was discussing where to put a new Marmux coffee shop. But wait, we have at least 3 stores on every street. Isn't that enough? Said the employee. No, we need more. Besides, we have to build another store while we wait for the clearance to knock down that orphanage and build there. The two spent hours coming up with ideas of where to build a new shop. What about the church? Exclaimed the boss. That might anger a lot of people, especially since there is a lot of people buried there, said the employee. That's when the boss came up with the genius idea of offering all those displeased with the building of the new location with a $30 gift card. So the boss goes to the church to speak with the big boss nun about turning her church into a coffee shop. Excuse me, Sister Josephine, how would you like to make a fuckload of money? Excuse me, screeched the nun. We can buy that church off of you and set you up with a new church in a location that has less potential customers. Your current church is an ideal location for a Marmux coffee shop, and we want to buy this place off of you for a large amount of money. But the nun kept refusing and struck him with a Bible. After hours of trying to negotiate, the boss was close to giving up, but then he decides to ask her if there is something that she has always wanted but has never managed to get. Well, I would say world peace, but to be honest, me and the sister have always wanted a badminton court. The boss manages to strike a deal and finds them a new church and builds them a badminton court. So they managed to get a new coffee shop built. They knocked down the old church and built the new shop where the cemetery was before. They had a lot of protesters during the building of the shop due to the fact they were building over a burial ground. So, to try and sway the protesters, they threw an opening night Halloween party to try and lift people's spirits. Things seemed normal at first. The shop was running smoothly when after a short while, customers and employees started to notice some strange things going on. One day, a customer came in complaining about how they spelt his name wrong on his coffee cup. The manager apologized and stated, "We're ever so sorry, we have only just opened, and a lot of the staff are new to the business and are still learning." "I understand that," said the customer, "but my name is Jacob, and my cup says bloody murder." "Yes, that is quite a peculiar spelling, but we have new staff, so we would appreciate if you could be patient while we figure things out." "My drink is screaming in agony," shouted another customer. "My drink made me have an affair with my boss," shouted another customer. For the next few weeks, the ghost was swapping around the different size cups. He gave people decaf when they didn't ask for it. He was being a real shit. The boss ended up calling a meeting about the issue and how they could fix it. "Why don't we hold an exorcism event where we do half-price pumpkin spice lattes?" shouted one employee. "Why don't we make customers use a Ouija board to order their drinks? Goths will go crazy for that idea," another employee suggested. That's when the boss came up with a different idea. From that day on, customers could pay for the opportunity to take photos with the ghost and created a new flavor latte with a paranormal theme to cash in on the trend. Wow, corporations are the worst. Can't trust them. Anyway, time for a quick ad break.
Ragu introduces Chicken Tonight Simmer Sauces, and suddenly everybody's saying,
I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight. Chicken tonight.
Choose from 6 new sauces. Each one's made with real vegetables and herbs, so you can make dishes like country French chicken and chicken cacciatore. Just brown the chicken, simmer, and serve.
I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight.
new Chicken Tonight simmer sauces from Ragu.
Chicken tonight.
If we can learn anything from that last story, it's make sure you get legitimate planning permission if you want to build over a burial ground. Then you can just tell the ghost it's the government's fault. This next story makes you realise that every living thing has a soul and should be treated equal. It's called the ghost fly. This story starts in the living room of the Harvey family, who are all having dinner together and watching TV together. It was warm that day, so they had the window open, and a fly managed to make its way in while they were all eating. Naturally, the family got annoyed and started batting it away. "Make yourself useful and get a job," screamed the dad to the fly. They all put their food down to try and chase the fly back out the window. But this plan did not prove to be very successful. That's when the father pulled out his latest copy of Priests on Bikes magazine, rolls it up and splats the fly for his crimes against dinner time. Little did they know, they just created something worse than a fly. They created a ghost fly. That fly now wanted vengeance and knew exactly how to get it. Later that night, everyone went to sleep. The parents were lying down, waiting to fall asleep, when all of a sudden they heard a buzzing sound. For the next few hours, they both spent their time trying to locate where the buzzing sound was coming from. They never found it. For the next few months, the family noticed the same buzzing sound wherever they went. They soon came to the conclusion that the buzzing was from the fly that they killed a while ago. They started trying all sorts of things to get rid of it. When they rang the priest to perform an exorcism for a fly, the priest replied, "Ha, very funny," and hung up on them. They even tried a Ouija board, but soon realised that none of them could speak fly. Family decided to move away in hopes of losing the fly in the process. But little did they know, this fly had wings and managed to hide in their suitcase as they moved. The fly taunted them by not buzzing for a month. So the family settled into their new home and for a while thought the plan had worked. But then suddenly one day that noise popped up while they were watching TV, and the whole family just burst into floods of tears. To try and right their wrongs, family decided to donate a large amount of money to a fly-related charity. But to their surprise, there isn't actually one that exists. The fly decided to carry on buzzing inside of their sink to amplify the noise and forever remain there, taunting the people who squashed him while he was still alive. You wouldn't eat a fly, so why would you kill a fly? Anyway, I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. But there are always plenty of ghost stories to tell. But for now, go home. We are done here.
Bye, have a beautiful time.